In this video, we are going to go over how to install Sandia Dakota on Windows. Now, fortunately, this process is relatively straightforward. What you do is the following. Let's go ahead and search for Sandia Dakota download. And one of the first links available is the downloads link, so let's go ahead and open that page. Here in yellow is a link, the GitHub releases page. This takes you to the source code of Dakota. Here we have different versions of Dakota available. Here we want one of the major release versions like 6.21, 6.20, and so on and so on. Personally, I've been using version 6.19 a lot, so that's the version we will go ahead and download today. If you click on this assets link, it pulls down a list of all of the files that are available. Here are different packages that have the source code to Dakota. You also have these pre-compiled versions of Dakota that come or that end with string CLI or GUI CLI. Here, let's go ahead and click on this link, the Windows GUI CLI. Here on the left, you can see we're now downloading that zip. Now, I already have that downloaded file here on my desktop, so we'll go ahead and cancel this download and just use the version I already have downloaded. Now, the CLI in the name of the file, that means that the Dakota solver is included. The GUI means that the GUI for Dakota is available. So this file here contains both the GUI, the user interface, and the Dakota solver. So now that we have that file on our desktop, we need to extract the contents of that zip file. Now be careful when you're working with the zip file because the file name is very long. It will actually exceed the Windows limit of file names. So this is what I recommend doing. Here on the right, let's open the program files directory. Let's create a new directory called Dakota. Here on the left, we will go ahead and open that zip file. We'll open this new directory here. We'll go ahead and select these directories and copy and move them to the new directory here on the right, which would be the Dakota directory. Here, we'll go ahead and say, yes, I actually do want to move these files to the Dakota directory. And that's it. That's basically how you set up Dakota on your Windows system. We went ahead and went to the releases page. We found the version that we want. We looked for the pre-compiled version, CLI. In this case, we used the GUI CLI Windows zip file. We downloaded that and extracted the contents to the desktop. Now, after this copying is complete, we want to make sure that we have successfully configured Dakota correctly. So we are going to do a test run with Dakota to make sure things are running smoothly. Now, today we are only doing this for Windows, and I know some of you might be working with Linux. This document also has instructions on how to download a pre-compiled version of Dakota and how to configure this on Red Hat Linux. So that would be this section here. Here I give you instructions on how to copy and move the files and so on and so on. Now, when you download these pre-compiled versions of Dakota, they come with the basic set of capabilities. They don't come with the more advanced capabilities. But this is okay. You can take the source code that's also available. You can download that and compile your own version of Dakota on your desktop. And what you do during compiling, you turn on the necessary flags so you can use the more advanced versions of Dakota. Now, compiling might be new to some of my viewers. So just in case you have a question on how to access the more advanced capabilities in Dakota, how do you compile with the advanced capabilities? You're more than welcome to contact me here at this email address, and I'm more than glad to work with you on how to set up Dakota on your operating system. Okay, let's go ahead and exit this presentation, and let's see where we're at with this file extraction. All right then. So while this is happening here on the right, let's see if I can find a test file. Dakota comes with a lot of input files, and I want to find a specific one called textbook. Here on the right, maybe let's see if it's here. Textbook .uq. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and look for the sampling version of this file. So let's go ahead and copy this file. Let's go to the downloads directory, and let's modify this briefly here. Let's go ahead and disable the asynchronous keyword. This doesn't work so well for today's example, so we'll go ahead and disable that. Okay then, so I think we're done extracting the Dakota files. So now let's run a test run with Dakota. So we'll go ahead and open the command prompt. We'll navigate to the downloads directory where my input file is. And then we'll go ahead and specify where the Dakota executable is. So that will be in the bin directory, and it's called dakota.exe. And then we'll go ahead and specify the name of the input file. So here what we're saying is use dakota.exe to run this input file textbook UQ sampling. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on here. And maybe we also have to change this keyword from fork to direct. So let's go ahead and retry this. Okay, perfect. So that worked. Now, when you run Dakota, depending on how you configure Dakota, you might get these output files. So here you see we get some output files. Also, here in the command prompt, you get a log of what Dakota has been doing. So here we can see that it's run the textbook function multiple times. And then at the end, it's calculated the statistics since we wanted to perform an uncertainty quantification. Now, if you're able to see things like this, the probability density function values, if you're able to see cumulative distribution function values, if you're able to see this at the very end, Dakota execution time in seconds, this is indication that you've successfully run Dakota. And this also confirms that you've installed and configured Dakota successfully, rather. So that's pretty much how you configure Dakota. Again, if you do have questions on how to download and set up Dakota, you're more than welcome to contact me at this email address. And with that, thank you.